this play, it's a canny life if you don't weaken. I take the part of Lou, who was a young girl in the 1930s, leading up to the war. And from that day to this, it's about the trials and tribulations of our life. The story starts in the 1990s with me as a grandmother with a hard-working daughter, Liz, and a problem grandson, Glenn. You know how it is. Our Liz has a hell of a life here. She's out working all hours. And that grandson of mine, you know what it is, he could easily do something about this house. I've had to wash the dishes, I've had to pick up clothes belonging to him. He'll be down the pub now, having a drink, playing snooker with his mates. I don't know, I just don't know what to make of him at the moment.
That's not really your favourite grandson me you're talking about, is it, Granny?
Who else?
Same story. Same thing. Is that right? Same complaints, Granny.
Why don't you get out and get a job, lad?
That's another one. It's the same record. Did you not remember? You're getting a little bit forgetful. There's a tree out there, and if you come with me, we'll go on that one. And it just gets so boring. I can't really be bothered, and I'm just getting the length of a good tea. Okay, I'm just going to put these on, and this and that will not hear you anymore, so just do and see what you like.
You just listen to me.
Glenn! Mum!
Well,
Glenn, what are you doing?
That just goes on all it.
Mum, what was all that about?
It's him. He's going to turn out just like my father did, and you know what a hell of a life I had with him.
But you said he drank away all the house profits. Glenn's not like that, Mother.
Oh, yes, he is. He's out drinking and playing snooker with his mates and that. Well, Liz, you'll have to do something about him because I'm sick. I've had enough. I can't take any more. Say to him, I'm going home.
Glenn, I think it's time you and I had a head-to-head.
I was going to apologise to her mother. She's an old lady. I shouldn't have left them hands to her.
You certainly should not. Now, will you sit down there and I'll explain just why she was so worried.
Why? No. What?
She sees you going exactly the same way that her father went. And he drank his wife to death. She doesn't want you to have the same kind of future. Glenn, you've really got to listen. It matters so desperately. Now, are you prepared to?
Must I?
Yes, Glenn, you must. I was absolutely shattered when I saw Glenn nearly hit my mother. I knew how much he resented her telling him off all the time, but I hadn't realised just how much. So as Glenn's mum, I decided it was time he knew just why she was so afraid of his drinking and his aimless way of life. The story now goes back to the 1930s. A typical Friday night in their Gateshead home.
Well, in this first scene, I, as Lou, I'm sitting with Mary, my mother, and we're having a cup of tea, discussing the awful advent of my father coming in from the pub. He's a right so-and-so, believe you me.
Hello, Pet. Have you just finished work? You look tired.
Oh, Mum, I'm fed up. I'm sick. That Mr. Philpotts, oh, what a slave driver he is. I wish I could find another job.
Yes, I know. Well, you're lucky to have the one you've got, aren't you? I mean, jobs are few and far between. And you'll just have to stick it, Pet, I'm afraid.
Yes, I expect so.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Friday night. You know what Friday night's like. I'm just worn out and tired of it all. He's coming in with his drunken ways. No money or anything. His dinners in here and dried up.
Oh, Mum, you should talk up to him a bit more.
Yes, I know, but it's hard to do when he's so violent. You know what he's like. Listen, I think that's him coming now. Can you hear him singing?
Oh, yeah.
To bed, I
had a little drink
Oh,
about
yeah.
an hour.
Oh,
Who told you could sing?
who told you could
I'm a
sing?
good singer.
Here.
I live here.
Yes, your wife's waiting
Oh,
for you.
Got a light.
Have you got a light, boy? I've
Go on in, go
Tomorrow.
on in. Ta-ra.
got it. I am mighty up for daisies. I know that I'll drink. Got it. I know that I'll drink.
Oh, I just can't stand this any longer.
I'm Mary.
Here he comes.
Where's me dinner?
It's in the oven, Bob. Oh, you this beer. It's awful. I'll get it for you. Mine is 2 hours late.
Yeah, I got me dinner, man. Howie.
I'm getting you dinner.
Aye.
There you are.
Fine. Aye. Where's me dinner?
Where's your salt and pepper?
Oh, I just that.
All right.
Aye.
I've given his dinner, but there's going to be murder on again. It's 2 hours since he should have been here, and he's been down that rotten pub again. I'm just fed up with Friday nights, I really am.
What's this, Mary? I want a dinner.
Your dinner's
I want a
late.
dinner, Mary.
Your dinner's
Proper,
late.
not the dogs.
I know, but it was there nice 2 hours ago, Bob. Why don't you come
Aye,
straight?
Mary, but it's now. I want a dinner.
You should come straight home instead of going to the pub and your dinner would be
Mary,
nice,
I
right?
don't mind. I'm nothing to do with that, Tinny. Just get me dinner.
Well, I've got no money to buy any more. You don't give us enough money anyway, do you?
Ah, yes, sure I don't.
Leave her alone, Dad. I'm just sick of all this. It's every Friday night the same. Do you not get sick yourself?
Daughter, big daughter. I'm sick of you both. I'm going down the pub with me money. And I'd better have a dinner when I come back.
Oh, keep up like this and you'll be the death of me, Mum. There was probably more truth in that than I realised at the time. But life went on, and it was more or less run-of-the-mill in Phil Potts' grocery shop where I worked, till one day something happened that changed my whole life.
In this play, A Canny Life, I play the part of Bill, who has ideas of having a date with the girl in the corner shop called Lou. But I'm a bit bashful and don't think I can pluck up the courage to ask her this. But one day, I do eventually decide to walk past the corner shop to see if I can attract her attention.
Well, Lou, we'd better get on with this because we'll not be
Yes.
getting much help and it has to be done.
That's right, Mrs. Phil.
Oh, I don't know where